Manasvi, you see, the thing is, charge sheet states Abdul Samad had financial dealings. Now, this is the point. See, sometimes, you know, when Republic makes a mistake, no, we apologize and we move on. We correct the mistake, apologize and move on. Some of these fact checkers and journalists still haven't deleted their tweets. Manasvi, they haven't deleted their tweets. And you know what? Hours before they put out the tweets, the police had verified, they had clarified on social media. My question to you, therefore, is charge sheet states there were financial dealings with the accused, turned into a point of dispute. Why did nobody verify it? They give sermons to everybody. They give sermons to everybody on what is journalism, what is not journalism, what is good journalism, what is bad journalism. You tell me in a statement if they write, we haven't verified facts, is that good journalism? If fact checkers say we have not verified and we put out based on media reports, is that good journalism or bad journalism?
It is, Niranjan, exceptionalism.
This is very interesting.
They want law to treat them with kid gloves.
Okay, one of you can go first. Sushil, let him go first. I'm giving him 60 seconds. 60 seconds, let him go first, and then you respond.
Sushil wants to go first? Yeah. Okay, Sushil,
no, go ahead, Manas.
Yeah, Sushil, go first.
Okay, whoever's starting, you have 55 seconds left.
Sushil, so it's very interesting to see that these verified holders don't actually verify the news. And now what the moot point, Niranjan, remains is that who's above the law? Is Twitter above the law? Is the government playing a victim card? Why is the government going so light on Twitter while all the social media organizations have actually complied with the laws of India? But this particular organization is above everyone. Now the moot question what remains is, does India need Twitter or Twitter needs India? So we need to understand the dynamics, and accordingly, why isn't the Twitter an organization which is from USA, does not follow Indian rules? Why it is headbound to not follow and find loopholes and grey areas to make sure that they does not comply with the rules? Why the government of India is actually writing love letter by love letter, affidavit by affidavit, wherein they themselves mention that they are not complying with the rules.
Okay, got your point.
Why
Your time is ended.
Action is taken against Twitter?
Okay, your time is ended.
Why are we so light on Twitter?
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you.
So
No, I agree with you. I agree with you. And also, it's a trap. It's a trap, because tomorrow if the government does something on Twitter, my God, all hell is going to break loose, right? But my question to Sushil Pandit is, Sushil Pandit, you're from.
No, that's not a trap.
Wait.
No, that is not a trap.
Sushil Pandit.
Government depends on those people.
Yeah.
Who
Hold
are
on,
going to
Sushil Pandit.
criticize.
Hold on, brother. Sushil
The
Pandit.
government is scared of those people who are going to
Okay,
criticize the
you're
government.
6. Yeah, okay, wait.
Is our
Hold on.
government so weak?
Oh, hold on. Sushil Pandit.
Yeah, okay.
Sushil Pandit, you're from Jammu. I mean,
Yes.
You're originally from Jammu. Let me put it that way. Don't the self-declared journalists stand exposed when today the Jammu and Kashmir police issued a show cause notice to a certain Lutyens media portal, okay, for spreading false alarm on SPO resignations and saying pertinently in the year 2021 there has not been a single incident where SPO has joined terrorist ranks or left the job. But I won't name the portal. You know who I'm referring to. The Jammu and Kashmir police has sent a notice, right? Oh wait, this is a fantastic comparison. Okay, it just came to my mind. This portal put out news about SPO and the Jammu and Kashmir police trying to sort of, you know, spread negativity about the police force, right? I remember, okay, but that's a different tangent. But I remember putting out we remember putting out a factual story here, you know, from Republic, and they filed an FIR against our journalists in Maharashtra for what under a 1922 law. But anyway, that's another thing altogether. But going back to this, you know, about portals being irresponsible, right, Sushil? And it's been going on for far too long.
Yes.
Uninterrupted 60 seconds.
Yes, of course. See, we are today living in an age of not purveying news, but manufacturing narratives. And those who go by the description of journalists, not all of them, but some of them have taken upon themselves the task of peddling these narratives that fit a certain kind of slant, a certain kind of worldview. And they want to be completely above the law. They want their license to lie and lie persistently because of who they are. In the name of freedom of expression, in the name of journalistic privilege, they would like to get away with it because essentially what they are doing is building a narrative. And here, narrative building has been reduced to stereotyping a certain kind of people, a certain kind of politics, even certain kind of slogans.
Yeah.
So anything that they can lay their hands on, if it is Jai Shri Ram and they want to disparage
Yeah.
it, they would like to paste it on all kinds of unsavory
Yeah.
events.
Let me get it, Irfan.
If it is BJP or RSS, they
Yeah.
would like to link it with all kinds of incidents.
Yeah,
And
let me
truth
get in,
be done,
Irfan.
Truth be done, because
Yeah.
it serves their narrative.
One second.